Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rekieta Fridays. All right, it's a beautiful Friday night. I hope all of you had a great time on your July 4th, whatever it was that you did, whether you cooked, grilled, watch some fireworks, do anything fun, anything that doesn't put you on the path of being Nicholas Robert Rekieta, that is. We got quite a few updates. I actually feel a little bad now because it feels like I've been slacking. I would feel double bad if this was my quote unquote job, but it's not, which is kind of like the reason I've been slacking a little bit. There's a lot of updates that have happened, and hopefully, I hope to have a video for you guys. Truly, like a nice video, a nice condensed 20-minute, maybe a little less video that lets you know all the shenanigans that have gone on in the last 2 weeks or so, because there's quite a bit that has happened. Hello, Huggy. How's it going, my dear bear friend? So, we got a lot of Kino today to cover. We got a lot of Kino. We got the biggest Kino is going to come from Rekieta's appearance on the kill stream, right? That's Ethan Ralph's baby, right? Not his actual baby. Okay, his pride and joy, his brand. Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna check out the Kino that was on Ralph's stream, where he was essentially blitzed. All right, he was out of it, completely out of it. We got quite a few clips from there that we can check out. Holy freak. We got the whole entire thing, which is about an hour and 11 minutes. But I think I'm just going to, for the sake of my sanity and for the sake of time constraint, we're just going to go over the most important clips. And of course, our girl Lisa got it covered, and we got all that. We also got the Rekieta segment that just dropped as well from Mad at the Internet, so we're gonna take a look at that as well. There's a lot of good stuff. I'm excited to go over this. Okay, it looks funny. There's a lot of Kino shit out here, and it's gonna be good. Haven't caught a Sen stream in a minute. Well, welcome back, brother. How's it going? Haven't been here in a bit. I don't know. You post something. What are your thoughts on Dr. Disrespect? Dr. Disrespect. Listen, man, we don't know the age of the minor. Okay, the reason the age has been 17 is because people like the quartering have been running defense for Dr. Disrespect. From what I understand, you never really got the age of the minor. Dr. Disrespect never named the age of the minor either. So if you're saying that he sexted a 17-year-old when he was like 38, that's being charitable to him. That's what he did on charitable level. Now we don't know if it's younger. It could have been younger, which is why he didn't say the age. If it's like a 16 or a 17-year-old and he's 38, look, man, I know everybody likes to get technical. It depends. If you like the person that committed the act, right? If you like them and you think they're cool, you're gonna want to call them an eBophile to try to lessen the blow, right? If you dislike the person, or you just dislike the idea of any person that has almost like 2 decades on another individual sexting them, you're gonna call them a pedophile regardless, right? I just think he shouldn't have done it for multiple reasons. All right, I think it's not a fair take. Like, I'm not gonna go find him and do anything about it. I'm not gonna petition to have people go after him and do anything, because that would be wrong. Okay, I mean, I think overall, I think he deserves to get at least shit on, right? I think at the very least, overall, it seems like Twitch didn't have an issue with it. YouTube didn't have an issue with it. Doc sure as fuck didn't have an issue with it. There was a actually, let me show you a tweet on the topic of Dr. Disrespect. It's kind of funny because Doc has been a liar. Like, I think right here. Yeah. So this tweet over here by Willie, Willie Mac kind of pointed it out here. On the 2020, Dr. Disrespect literally says he has no idea why basically Twitch, when that was the shenanigans that was going around and stuff. He tried to act like he didn't know what the fuck was going on. And it's so funny in hindsight. The guy hid what he knew for 4 years. So for 4 years, Doc played his entire fucking audience and didn't fucking care that he sexted a minor or whatever, right? So I think that's kind of gay. Personally, I think this guy shouldn't fucking be lying about shit like that. I think, realistically, I think he's just such a fucking little bitch that he thought he could get away with this shit, just like the pedo elite, right? Like Drake and everybody out there. They're basically, you want my true, honest, unfiltered opinion? I think these popular pedos or ebophiles, whatever you want to call them, think they can get away with all this shit. And most of the time they can. Look at Drake. Drake is fine, right? People are like still supporting Drake. Nobody, like, some people give a shit. Other people just, don't even give a shit, right? I think the pedo elite will get away with whatever they want. People are still supporting Dr. Disrespect. They think he's badass and shit, even though, like, he's not, okay? But people that are going to want to support him are going to support him like that. Like, people that supported EDP, motherfucker, there's still people out there that support EDP. But, like, yeah, this isn't even an age gap of, like, 3 years or even, like, fucking, like, 2 or 3. It's not that, all right? It's not even like a 4-year age gap. You're getting dicey there. This is literally 2 decades if you're being charitable. This guy, I don't know, man. I just stones. That's all I can say. All right. I also thought it was funny that the people that because this is a common thing that I see, like the people that bitch about anime and VTubers and shit, they're still like, they'll support Dr. Disrespect for whatever reason. It's kind of weird to me, right? It's that whole thing where it's like, oh, we're gonna support the actual pedophile and we're just going to like get angry at like the other shit. We're gonna maul at VTubers and shit. And it's like, all right. Like, I don't know what kind of world we live in, but again, it's like the pedo elite seem like they're gonna run shit. So I don't know, man. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. I support anybody that calls this guy out, though. Because, again, he's such a little bitch. Especially now that he got all the heat, right? Now, some people are coming after him and shit, sort of. Like, he's trying to run away and hide like a little bitch, right? Like, no, dude. You sexted the minor. You might as well be around for the bad publicity. Why not? Like, all right? You knew it was a bad idea, right? But you did it anyway. So at least, take the repercussions, all right? Nothing bad. You're still a multi-billionaire. I can't feel bad for the multi-billionaire that thought it was a fun idea to hit on a minor while he was married, all right? I can't feel bad. I can't cry like the Quartering or Melanie Mack, who, funny enough, are the same Baldo guards. The same people supporting Rekieta abusing his children are supporting Dr. Disrespect. I think that's the funniest thing and the most telling thing of all, right? I'm not claiming to have the best morals out there. I've told you guys I'm pretty gray area. But I think that if you're coming to the point where you're okay with a guy because you think he's cool on the internet, like sexting children or kids, whatever you want to name them, and you're cool with a guy because you think he's cool, a badass and shit, abusing his kids and giving them drugs and just being a neglectful parent, you guys are fucking retarded. Like, you legitimately fucking retarded. That's I guess the bottom line. That's my overall thoughts on Dr. Disrespect. Kind of arcs into different things because of the social media influencers that decide to get involved in this. Like the Quartering, again, Melanie Mack, right? A lot of people, like, there was a second where Flash was behind Doc until he heard about the thing with the kids, and then he just pulled back, which is thank God, because at first Flash was like, basically supporting Doc before he heard the thing about the kid or the minor or whatever, because Doc was like changing his fucking initial post, right? He edited this shit like 5 times over here, right? He edited, see, it was edited 5 times, and in one of the edits he took off the word minor because he knew it was gonna make him look bad. But people are on the hunt, bro. They caught him, and then they were like, "Well, why'd you take off the word minor?" And then he had to put it back. So you try to get away with it. He's a weasel. He's a snake. He's a bitch. And if you really want to be mean, he's a fucking pedophile. So there you go. My thoughts on Dr. Disrespect. Shouldn't have done it. I don't like him. I have no reason to defend him. I'm not one to idolize other men on the internet. I'm like 24 at this point. I don't, I get being fans of social media influencers, but I feel like there's a period in your life, a turning point, sort of, so to speak, right, in your years, where you realize that's fucking gay, extremely homosexual, and you're gonna stop doing that. Because if you don't, holy fucking shit, bad things are gonna. Well, you'll probably end up start defending people like this guy who sex minors because lol, why not, right? But that's my thoughts on Doc. I guess we could call this the Doc segment. But see, I don't want to hear people saying that I don't listen to my chat or that I don't read my chat. I read my chat. Okay, I read my chat. I'm a good YouTuber. Oh yeah, speaking of that, I also give my chat commands. Make sure you already know the deal. Like and share the stream because YouTube ain't gonna do that gay shit for me. All right? Okay, so make sure you do it. Help a brother out, bro. Help a fucking brother out. All right, I am black on the inside, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, poll is still up. Make sure to take that fucking poll. Let me know. Does Kiwi Farms own Nicholas Robert Rekieta? It seems like they've been owning him for months, maybe even years, and it just finally caught up. But now we're getting more shit, more and more, because now's the important part, okay? Now we're getting to the real segment. We're getting to the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. We're here for what you want to see. Hi, Katie. How's it going? Good YouTuber. What's one of those? Based? All right, based. But yeah, we're getting to the meat. We're getting what you came here for. Rekieta. Okay, so I've seen some of this shit. We're gonna start from the top, how it kind of started. And you know what? It's gotten kind of bad to the point where Tug is even covering this shit on a regular, sort of. And even you can hear like not the despair, but like the discouragement in his voice and like the confliction. And I can tell that Tug is probably thinking in his head, how far can I go with it? Like, how much so I don't hurt Nick's feelings? Because, you know, Tug's been doing a very nice job at not making Nick look like a complete deadbeat, hiding, degenerate scoundrel or something. Because now we're getting word here that Nick has attempted to court seal the records. So Nick is trying to hide shit. All right, like Occam's razor, this entire thing. He's trying to hide shit, even though he's been acting like he has nothing to hide. You know, all this shit isn't good, all right? Tug did an entire show, which, by the way, funny enough, I kind of took, like, the font, all right? If you guys notice, my thumbnail for my stream is the Tug font. I just borrowed it, okay? I borrowed Tug's font. I liked it, so I said I'm going to borrow it, okay? My old mentor is not going to care, okay? He's got bigger problems. Like trying to not make his friend look like a douchebag. Okay, but that's a nice thing though. I couldn't do that. If I had somebody that was royally fucking up this much, right? Like trying to have the court seal the records so that people on the internet can't see how full of shit I am and how I'm just lying to them every fucking time I talk on a microphone. You know, I probably couldn't resist putting him on blast and just saying, I want nothing to do with this fucking bitch, all right? Because he's going to do this on a regular. He's not going to change. I'm done. I'm walking, bro. I'm walking. But we also have Nick trying to remove public access to the record. Judge denied it. Thankfully, here's Ralph. We'll get into that. We also have that the state filed a discovery disclosure in Nick's case, all the normal stuff. It's funny to see that the YouTube videos will be used in evidence. So now, you know, I guess Nick shouldn't have gotten coked up on stream, any of this shit. Anybody that's, I'm assuming anybody that's making like a video, maybe they'll probably look at all of Elise's clips, to be honest. I mean, that would probably be the gold mine to find anything incriminating on Nick, since she just clips them on a regular basis, just, you know, acting the way he does. That's where we get all our memes. So, I mean, Elise's channel will probably come in really handy, which that's pretty nice. And then we got the Ralph, stream over here, which that we're going to be looking at. But let me look. I'm trying to find this right here. Let's go over this one by one, okay? Now we're going to look at this. On July 3rd, Some updates on Nick's case. Nick attempted to have the court seal all the records, but was denied, at least for now. The state has also provided a list of evidence, which includes CPA intakes from as far back as 2009. It also appears as though Nick had to complete an online course about why drugs are bad. All right, so there's a lot of shit this guy's leaving out, you know, and he's just going ahead and he's trying to fucking weasel his way out of it by talking to you guys, talking to the idiots that still believe him, right? The ones that think that there's a government conspiracy to fucking, I guess, yeet this failed lawyer, that the last, what was the last notch in Nick's belt that he's losing to Montagraph in a defamation case because he called him a pedophile. Yeah, so whoa, what a guy, man. What a high stakes guy. I would certainly want to cancel Nick, man. If I was a government official, this guy is dangerous, man. This guy's priority one. All right, Nick is like a red alert. Okay, we gotta bring out the big boys for this. All right, we clearly have to stop all our government resources and just go and focus on this one twerp from Minnesota, because that's what we need to do, bro. You see how fucking retarded this is? This whole, and Nick knows how retarded it is. All right, after numerous times of everybody telling you, and even like Barnes, Nick, this is a fucking retarded, take. This is a fucking retarded thing to say or even think. Nick, all of a sudden, if you go to his streams and you see what he says, he's like, well, I never said there was a government conspiracy against it, because now he knows how retarded that is. Okay, he's probably not on coke now. Maybe for like a day or two, he realizes, he processes this, and he's like, this is fucking retarded, Barnes. What the fuck are you saying? Even Tug the other day admitted that Barnes is kind of like a fucking retard. He said that Barnes is going with this idea and trying to push that, oh, everybody that hates the government needs to buy this and shit, and even Tug thinks it's retarded. You can go to his stream. I'm pretty sure when I heard that, I was laughing my ass off, because I'm like, Tug doesn't even agree with Barnes. He thinks Barnes is retarded from what I understood. So now Nick is like, oh, well, I never said, yeah, like he's just going with this idea. Like, he didn't technically say it, but he alluded to it and he implied it. And he's been going along with this narrative that the government's against him and shit. Fuck, even Legal Mindset called him out and was like, it's a very, very unlikely probability that's what's going on, Nick. But, Nick never listens to anyone. Part of the reason why he's in this mess. So I don't know. These are like public record and shit from what I understand. I don't know. Let me check right quick. Let me see if there's anything horrifying there that I shouldn't be showing on stream. Because I don't know. You gotta do your due diligence as a content creator, homie. I guess I don't fucking know, bro. No, it doesn't seem like there isn't. Doesn't seem like there's anything. But I mean, like, if this lovely, tweet, if we still call it that, are going to go ahead and give me a summary, so to speak, of this whole thing, I think we'll take it. We'll take it as it is. The documents are here. Let's keep going though. Right here, they are using Nick's revocation of release of information against him. Nick took a drug test for CPS and then he refused to allow the results to be given to the state, which is really fucking weird, because if you're to get custody of your children again and all you have to do is do that, why wouldn't you, right? It's kind of weird. Like, even, again, just to reference the Tug thing, right? I gotta reference Tug's stream. I have to, because I watched it and I went in, truthfully, I went in thinking this is gonna be Tug trying to be as, not as harsh on Nick. And he kind of wasn't, really. But it was a really hard thing not to do. As you can tell, Tug was even getting on his feels about it, because he's realizing that Nick is being really fucking irresponsible. He's saying shit like, the kids are gonna remember everything. Kids remember everything right now. This is kind of like fucking with them. And, I was, truthfully, I was kind of surprised. Surprised Tug was going that honest. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, Nick is gonna have a fucking heart attack. Dude, if Tug went as hard, like if he actually went hard, Nick would be fucking having a fucking aneurysm or something. He would be, I don't know, man. He's just like, that was crazy. It was crazy. I guess in the moment that I heard Tug say all that shit, because he's one of those guys that still wants to be friends with Nick, and it looks like Nick still wants to be friends with him. But Tug was dropping a lot of fucking truth bombs on his stream, and he was fucking, Jesus Christ. It was like, he essentially was saying, Nick, you're a shitty parent and you should be ashamed of yourself. Right? That's what he was essentially saying. All right? If you go and you watch whatever he's saying, you take that away from the entire stream. That was the main takeaway. Nick, you're a shitty parent and you should be ashamed of yourself. That's literally what the main message of the fucking stream was. It was fucking, oh my God. I almost want to say chef's kiss, but shit, bro. But we got that over here. And right here, just so no one misses it, the Rekietas had some kind of interaction with CPS back in 2009. So again, this isn't the first time this has happened. Kind of fucked up. Okay? Kind of fucked up. Also, you know, not to diminish things from the other cuck, apparently, some person says here, well, I haven't done any research, it's just, to be fair, but I'll just put it out there. Apparently, according to this one Twitter user over here, says more news about Nick, and it turns out Aaron physically abused April. So for those of you guys don't know, Aaron and April are the couple that Nick and Lady Rackets were essentially swinging with, right? They were trading their wives. Nick essentially was giving Lady Rackets to Aaron, and Aaron was giving April to Rekieta. And, you know, they're essentially cucking each other because, lol, that's cool, I guess. And that seems to be it. According to this random Twitter user, Aaron is physically assaulting or has physically assaulted April, which, to be honest, I kind of believe, right? I do kind of believe that. And, I mean, let's be fucking real. All four of these people, whether it's our wife, Lady Rackets, whether it's Nick Rekieta, whether it's Aaron Holtz, I think that's his name, Aaron the Cuck, whatever, I prefer that, or whether it's April the Bitch, they all fucking suck. Okay, give them, all four of them, treat them as such, right? There is no fucking, like, who's worse. No, they all fucking suck, bro. All four of these people don't deserve to be parents. All four, if we're being fucking real here, you want me to be 100% real? I think all four of these people should have their kids taken from them. They should have never had the kids, because they're going to fuck up the perception of those kids if they're not already fucked already. To be honest, it's just like, you want me to be really real with you? It isn't even me moral effing or anything of that sort. I'm just pointing out what it is. Yeah, fuck, dude. Like, those kids are fucked. They're mentally done. It's over. You're gonna tell me that if you're like 15, you're going through shit, even younger, and you see your parents are just fucking other fucking random couples, or they're treating them as, you know, coming around naked out of their room. Oh, it's Aunt April. It's Uncle Aaron. Yeah, what the fuck, dude? What do you think? I see my parents have drugs in the fucking... Nick, like, what do you think? Yeah, you guys suck as parents. You guys should have never had kids. You're failures. If this hurts your feelings, I'm glad, because nobody else is going to tell it to you, right? Tug's not going to say it to you. None of these network buddies you have, Melanie Mack isn't going to say it to you. Thank God she doesn't have kids. Fucking Quartering isn't going to say it to you. None of these people are going to say it to you, but that's the reality. All four of you are terrible fucking parents, and you just ruined that which you have created. No moral effing at all. I mean, that sucks. I'm not gonna, you know, other than commenting and making this, you know, educated presumption and deduction, which isn't very hard, by the way, I'm not gonna do anything about it. What can I do? I ain't Superman. All I can do is point out the obvious. So it's like, so that I let people know, no, you're not crazy. I see it too. No, you're right. Because you're thinking it too. I know you're thinking it. I know people out there are thinking it. But some of them are like, but am I crazy? No, you're not. You're 100% on point. 100%. And it sucks. And I know for some of you guys, it's going to hit more in the feels than others. But unfortunately, nothing we can really do. It's just unfortunate that Nick had to bring his dirty habits and his terrible parenting onto the internet, like a circus, like a car wreck for a bunch of people to see. Yeah, it's one of those monkey shows that are kind of like out there. It's like, what the fuck, dude? But here's the CPS report from last year. 2 of Rekieta's children allegedly not being fed or clothed properly. Now, again, this is from last year, guys. Last year, there was neglect for Rekieta's children. Okay? It seems like they didn't get enough information to act, however. So, again, how Nick is using the defense of, CPS isn't good, and it's, well, clearly not, because, they didn't act on, you not getting, not having, like, they didn't have enough info to act or whatever, right? So Nick kind of got off, and he was like, I see it as, he got off easy. They're like, oh, we don't, kind of like when you have one of those situations, like, for example, like EDP, right? He's a pedophile, he got caught, but you don't have the proper channels to go about this. That's why it's like, Nick uses the law sometimes to weasel out of things and misdirect individuals, and I think a lot of people catch on to that too. Because when Nick is trying to do like PR control on his Twitter account, there are a lot of accounts that come in and they correct them and shit. And then sometimes I see people take screenshots of what Nick is saying and they post it on Kiwi Farms and they correct the record there. So Nick really tries to, twist things and get away with it by trying to manipulate the law. Again, I laugh about this because it's true. Nick is not a good lawyer by any means. He's a non-practicing lawyer. But I would assume before the cocaine got in his head too much, he did read up a little bit on this stuff. So, he's got some good manipulation tactics on that end. I think we can safely presume that or come to that conclusion. And one more Rekieta update. Rekieta. The state have filed a discovery disclosure in Nick's case. All normal stuff, but it's funny to see the YouTube videos and the evidence. Whoops, they are also using his driving history against them. So we got Kayla's family and the nanny, I believe. Let me see if there's do my due diligence and make sure there's nobody there. And then here's the actual PDF version over here. So yeah, you can find that at your own discretion if you want. So this is another thing right here. Can I put this up here? Due diligence, guys. Remember, do your due diligence, homie. It is better for them to be away from him. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that. It's just like, and this is another point that Tug brought up that I kind of agree with. It's like, yeah, but if you still take away the kid from the kid from the parent, right? That in itself, like the fact that it needs to be taken to that level is going to affect them as well. So there's really no real way to do this or to fix this shit at this point, because damage has been done. It's a lose-lose, really, because if the kids get taken away, you're gonna get kind of trauma from that, because it's gonna be like, oh shit, I got removed from mom and dad and stuff like that, right? On the flip side, though, you stay with them, and then it's like you pick up their bad habits and shit, and then, before you know it, Nick's kid's gonna be doing coke and a really early age, or God forbid he's going to go and do even more extremes because daddy was doing it, and whatever. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. You lose either way, and it really could have just been avoided. All right, it could have been avoided if he just didn't have that midlife crisis, I feel. Or even if he did want to have the midlife crisis, if he did it in a less stupid way. Because everything that he's done, kind of a stupid way to go about it. But Nick did reply real quick. I almost forgot about this. Nick did reply to the statement regarding the other CPS cases right here. So Nick Rekieta, press release from the Baldo General Office. Don't shoot the messenger. So Nick replies to this and says, since you are all retarded and don't have a way to know, The 2009 case is not ours. We were the foster parents for that placement. We had to stop fostering due to pregnancy complications with our second child. All CPS cases prior to our arrest date of 5/23, which was only 2, were screened out as not sufficient and ignored because there was no actual basis for it. What I want to know, what happened? What happened to not caring? Remember Nick was like going ahead, right? Nick was like, well, I'm not here to fight your interpretation or perception of me. And then he, like, I don't know, like 2 seconds later, he proceeded to do just that. But, like, it's funny that he can't even, like, you know, just in general, what happened to not caring? Right? Now he's writing fucking paragraphs trying to explain himself to the internet, and it's like, well, I thought you didn't care, Nick. Why do you care? Why do you care so much? All right? It's insane. And remember, Nick, according to him, he doesn't read Kiwi Farms and he doesn't care about what you guys specifically say about him, right? That damn Kiwi Farms, I don't care about you. Don't care about you. But you guys are all retarded and I'm gonna correct the record right now for you. And like, yeah, people are calling him out in the comments too. Like people are saying only 2, by the way, lol. You know, if it's a good CPS report from 2009, wouldn't he want it? Nick, most normal parents never get CPS called on them once, much less twice. It's kind of crazy though, because that is another point. It's like, why 2 times? I don't know. It's like, yeah, I don't. Like, I'm not saying that every parent is perfect, but to have it, like, for this to happen so frequently to you, how much of a fuck up do you have to be, right? And you, of all people, you that preach about, you try to give people this perception that you're like this great trad dad and shit or whatever, right? You try to act so responsible on the internet, but then it turns out that you're just one major fuck up. Right? You're just a major fuck up and you don't want to admit it. Okay? The people that are saying, oh, well, Nick's only human are fucking retarded. I'll tell you what. Because he's not admitting it. Like, yeah, nobody's perfect and shit. The only problem here is Nick thinks he's perfect. To this day, he's feeding you garbage. It's like the equivalent of like all the people that are buying Nick's shit are literally eating shit. They're eating Nick's fucking shit, bro. Literal fucking shit. This guy is fucking retarded. This guy is like the most retarded idiot out here. Like I've said it before. He's losing his mind. He's turning into Biden. Like little by little. Like he's still got a little bit of like he's not 80 yet, so he's not completely cooked in the brain like Sleepy Joe. But he's getting there, man. Like this shit is not good. Like I give it another 10 years by how rapidly he's aging already, and yeah, he'll end up getting there. But that was Nick's official statement. Remember, he still doesn't care about you guys. Definitely does not care. He's above you guys, and you're not getting to him at all. So definitely don't continue to dig up shit on Nick because, you know, he'll definitely not care. He definitely won't freak out, and he definitely won't rush onto the internet to correct the record at all. All right? Just keep that in mind. Let's see here. Oh god, okay. There's the Act Man trying to make the weird defense for I'm assuming this is a side note, but this is the Ant-Man trying to make a defense for like Dr. Disrespect, which is kind of funny because now he's like flipped up, but I don't know, the Ant-Man's always been flip-floppy, whatever. It is what it is. It's a time and a place, homie. Let's see. We have anything else? That seems to be it. Oh, and of course, body cam footage request right here by Josh Moon. So here we got update regarding the body cam footage. Candy Yowie is communicative, whatever. Our request asks for a variety of information related to the arrest and the body cam footage. They have requested and confirmed receipts for money related to the data. They have received a request for the footage, but have not asked for payment yet. Old Glory Alliance has paid out the money for the crowdfund, minus a temporary sum for chargeback protection. I also put this on my my channel on the community tab, which, by the way, I do that quite frequently. So, yeah, so here's the update right here. Put this on my tab. Here we go. Body cam footage update. Still waiting for the IT to compile and transfer the information to the thumb drive. Send it as soon as it has been completed. Thank you and have a great 4th of July. And there you go. So whenever, I'm assuming whenever they get it ready, it's going to be on Kiwi Farms. You're going to want to have, you're going to want to be checking that out because they'll probably have it first. But I'm sure we're going to get it on X eventually. And of course, I'm going to have it and I'm going to put it on the channel. Or of course, we're going to be covering it on stream as well, just to see if the facts add up, man. All right. Because this could help Nick, like, a lot. Right, if he's telling the truth, this could definitely help him. But you know how it is with Nick. He just think you can trust him, and then for some reason you really can't trust them. So it's unfortunate, but that's the way the world goes. Hi, Gister Jen. Thank you for the 2 shuju. I appreciate that. All right. I don't think Nick cares. He's just narcissistic and loves the attention. Yanks are very susceptible to failing for the Christian grift. For fuck's sakes, Hulk Hogan revealed his fate recently and people were applauding him. Probably in the next 2 weeks, I would imagine. Okay. Jersh treats the internet right on for him and Kiwi Farms for getting the body cams released. Don't call him Null. Call him Joshua Connor Moon or James Gabriel Porter. Potter? Okay. Porter. I prefer Porter. Okay? None of that Harry Potter shit, bro. But it's time. All right? It's time to get into the real keynote of the matter. Okay? I've given you your updates. I gave you, a take. I gave you your updates. And now it's time to go into the actual clips. The kill stream. Rekieta's statement on the allegations against Aaron. Oh shit, we got a bunch because, like I said, we got about an hour of this stuff, give or take. But these are like the little individual clips, so we'll go and find the good stuff right here. So, does Rekieta think he'll go to jail? The false accusations from Rekieta's church correcting the record. Did Rekieta lose his way? The Rekieta CPS history correcting the record. There's a lot of shit here, bro. Oh my, there's a lot of shit that I want to get into. Like, there's so much good stuff. Where do we start though? Rekieta's statement on the allegations against Aaron. I don't know if I want to hear that because I have no doubt that anything that comes out against Aaron is true. Like, okay, like I like they said that Aaron beat up April. I can definitely see that. There's not even, I don't need the grifter extraordinaire to try to sell me on that. All right, I can definitely see it. Plus, I feel like Nick would just deflect onto Aaron to try to make himself look better, kind of like what Aaron was trying to do with Nick. I mean, 2 cucks of a feather are going to flock together, basically. All right. But I do want to hear this. Does Rekieta think he'll go to jail? That's a good one, pal. All right. That's a good one. I want to know that.
Do you think
I want to know that. Tell me about that. All right. Let's see here. Ooh, I always hate this part. I got to make sure that the screen doesn't fuck up? Question mark? Oh, just put it on theater mode. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go into this. Let's see. All right, we're good to go. I think it looks good like that. Theater mode. Okay, theater mode. All right, so let's watch this. Oh, and by the way, I already stated this before, but yeah, Ralph was like completely blitzed. I hear that he took the stream down. This was on Rumble. Hold on. So, let me try to find that. What is it? Kill stream live? Yeah, it's because oh no, here it is. It's still up. He didn't take it down. So I think this is it right here. If you go to Rumble, it is right here. It is on the Kill stream live, and there's Ethan Ralph getting the I guess getting the exclusive. Guys, he's getting the exclusive, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever. But thankfully, Elisa uploaded it because that quality was really bad. I don't know if you guys were there. I was actually listening while this was happening because I got tipped off about it. It was not good. There was a lot of sound quality issues. There was a lot of fucking bullshit happening. So hopefully this is not going to be, with that bad quality. But without further ado, let's get right into it.
We'll go to jail.
Me?
Yeah.
I fucking hope not. It's look, man. I did my overnight at the county lockup, and it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't the worst thing ever. I just mostly slept because I have narcolepsy, so I just laid down, went to sleep, woke up. There was another shitty meal there, and did that again until my arraignment. But Minnesota, like, I can briefly talk about this because it's a general thing.
Sure, go ahead.
Minnesota has codified sentencing guidelines. Congress got together, wrote a law that says, here's how crimes should be sentenced. And they have 3 different sentencing guideline grids. They have the general grid, then they have the drug offender grid, and then they have the sex offender grid. So my felony charge is 2nd-degree possession currently, and that is on the drug offender grid. And what happens is you have the 2 axes. The y-axis is the level of offense, and the 2nd-degree drug possession is pretty high up there. I think it's 7 out of 10.
And they score these things like points. Yes, I know how it goes. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So the x-axis is the number of offenses. Well, I'm a first-time offender as far as the grid is concerned. Like, speeding tickets and shit don't count. So I'd be a first-time offender.
I actually want to know now. I mean, so I'm hearing what Nick thinks. All right, I want to hear what you guys think. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put up a poll. It's time to put up a poll. All right. See, do you think Nick will go to jail? Let me see what you guys think. All right, what do you guys think? You think Nick is gonna go to jail for this shit? All right, Nick hopes he doesn't. All right, Nick hopes he doesn't. Ralph is just blitzed out of his fucking mind right now. I'm not gonna tell you what I hope. I think people can make an educated guess. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think he's going to jail? Is Nicholas Robert Rekieta going to jail? What do you think?
If speeding tickets counted, we know.
Oh my God, I saw those. Oh my God, he didn't show up for a speeding ticket. Oh my God, he's the worst guy ever. Anyway, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I'll leave that alone. But go ahead.
It's fine. But no, so I'd be a first-time offender, and so the presumptive sentence for a conviction for 2nd-degree possession of a controlled substance is 48 months. It's either 44 or 48 months. Doesn't really matter. It's one of those 2. But there's a presumptive stay of execution. So what that means is the judge will sentence you to the 44 or 48 months, whatever it is.
Suspend it, right?
Right. And they'll suspend it out and you're put on probation. You may have county jail time and you may have a fine imposed, but the presumptive sentence is not going to prison. There's some flexibility in there. But deviating from that in Minnesota requires the judge to actually have reasons, and that shit's appealable. So look, the prospective outlook on us, if everything just kind of goes normal and then ends up with us being found guilty, like if we went to trial and we're found guilty, so no plea deal, leniency or anything like that, that would be a prospective or presumptive stayed sentence of it's like I said, it's either 44 or 48 months, and then we'd be put on probation for like a year or 2 years. Now, a whole shitload of things could happen in the meanwhile, right? Like they could determine that we don't meet the criteria for 2nd-degree possession, and it should be 3rd, or they could decide that they found us running, a slave trade. or something, and like tack on a bunch of charges, or I could get like in really weird theory, like I could get charged with a felony, do a speedy trial, and have that trial have me convicted, and then I'd be I'd be a second time offender, right? Like all of those things could change the outcome, but the presumptive sentence would have no prison time. And, as far as jail time goes, it's impossible to say what a judge would do. And I'm not aware of anything that
Well, I mean, yeah, especially when you're just shit talking them over and over again. Well, that's another thing that was this the judge that he referenced when he said you remember when Nick was having that rant when he came back and he was trying to push that the government was against him, and if you support him, you support overthrowing the government because you're cool or something. I think it was like Alicia Sweep or something he said the name was, right? I don't know if that's the judge or somebody that has to do with the CPS case or whatever, but even then, like, I remember Tug even said on his stream, he was like, I don't know if you should be doing that, mate. Like, you know what? Like, kind of a stupid thing to do, basically, right? Like, again, like the main takeaway from that stream was that Nick is just, you're a bad fucking parent. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're too old to be acting this way, dog. There's a time and a place when you could be acting as reckless, self-destructive, idiotic as Nick. And that has to go away when you decide, I'm going to have 6 fucking kids and I'm going to LARP around on the internet trying to fool people into thinking that I'm well put together and I'm a trad conservative dad and shit, and, that bullshit, right? That's, I think that you got to stop being so immature after that and just stop with the self-destructive behavior. All right? I think so. And personally, right? Again, like the main takeaway from that stream was really, Nick, you're just a bad parent, dude. And I guess another thing I can kind of see why that was slipping out more and more is because Tug is a dad himself. So maybe some of that, it kind of oozed in his parenting, right? Couldn't just kind of been like looking at it from a father's point of view. He's like, I would never do that shit. What the hell is this guy thinking? I like him, but he's fucking things up. Right? That's how I see it. I mean, again, you can see Tug wants to still be friends with Nick, probably. I don't know if Nick's going to. Again, this is Nick we're talking about. He's a fucking snake. He snakes everybody that he sees fit or that he can get away with.
Currently not aware of any plans of the county for things like if they wanted to pursue aggravating factors or whatever. We just don't have enough. We don't have any information about that stuff yet. We're way too early in the process. So
GG Evans says, the fuck does he say? Suffer Baldo, you have to deal with piled out ass for the next hour. You regret laughing at me shitting myself, bish. The Ralpha male. Okay, so I always wanted to know where the suffer came from, right? Who the fuck says that? I didn't know it was Ralph that said that. But thank you for letting me know. Send Zoom is on in on the Rumble Barrel. Nick, wait, zoom in on the Rumble Barrel. Nick has a statue of the scales of justice. Getting a blowjob. Whoa, 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 whoa! What the fuck? Zoom in on the Rumble Barrel. Nick has a statue of the scales of. What the fuck? Dude, what? No! What the fuck? What is that? Okay, I see what you're referencing, but I don't want to think that's what it is. I mean, dude, I don't like Nick either, and I mean, personally, Nick makes way too many pedo jokes, tee-hee, whatever, Beto shit for my liking, but, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Suffer! That's right, suffer. Okay, so basically, Nick doesn't think he's going to jail. Best case scenario, I guess he's like, I don't go to jail or whatever. Okay. Fair enough, Baldo man. Fair enough, Baldo man. But 74% of you people right now in this chat think that Nick will be going to jail. So it's not looking good for Nick, at least here, at least in this chat. All right? At least not in this chat.
You ever shut up?
Also, GG, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Says,
Here's the heart.
Zoom in on the rumble barrel.
Let's see.
Nick has a statue
All right,
with
what do we got
scales of
next?
justice getting
What's
BJ
next
from
on
a
the
child.
clips?
Nikki the nose
On
equals
the
pedophile.
clips. And so we got false accusations from Rekieta's church. Oh yeah, that was another hot angle Nick was trying to push. When it's not the government against them, then it's the church against them. I don't know why. It seems to be like everybody is against Nick for some reason, right? At least in his little mind. Everybody's against him. Kiwi Farms is against him. Nola's against him. His LawTube is against them. Eric July is against them. The government's against him. The church is against him. Lady Racket is against them. You, the viewer, are against them. And Elisa Clips is against them. Like, there seems to be, like, Nick, man, he must be a really important guy, right? Because all these people seem to be against him, right? There's a lot of, like, you know, a lot of malarkey around, you know, as Sleepy Joe would say. So let's see what these false accusations, Nick is correcting remember, in every one of these guys, Nick is correcting the record, all right? And as we know, Nick Rekieta never lies. So everything Nick is gonna say in these clips right here, they're gonna be 100% truthful. Okay, there's nothing that Nick is gonna say in this that's later gonna be contradicted at any time. All right, look at Ralph just lighting one up casually on stream. All right, he's blitzed out of his mind, doesn't know what the fuck's going on, but it's okay. There couldn't be a better person to give out this interview than the Ralph Amail himself.
As to our church, you know, I'm not going to speak too much about it. Look, every community, it doesn't matter what kind of community is, has similar characteristics, right? People are effectively people. And there's some variation in some of the numbers of like gossips or busybodies or people who are really accepting, you know, like that. There's some variation amongst groups, but it's all basically the same. You get a distribution of everything. And so, you know, let's just say that there's a lot of shit said by members of our church that is completely fucking false.
It's malarkey.
Completely baseless, like legitimately baseless. And if they had simply asked anybody, these things could have been dispelled. And I'll address one of them specifically because this one's come up a lot, or it came up a lot a while back. There's so much juicier stuff now, but there's an allegation, for example, that Lady Rackets and I went to a casino and left our children at home in the care of our oldest. Now, for one, that would be legal in the state of Minnesota.
Oh my God.
Our oldest is old enough to do that. That's not acceptable in our house. That has never been. That would never be something that we would do. And the only times we have ever gone to the casino,
the casino, you say? The casino? The Kino casino? No, wrong casino. But I don't know. Is it a little fucked up that I don't believe him? It's just that he just lies so much. Okay, I can't just believe him. It's unfortunate. I can't believe him. I'm pretty sure I saw a receipt by the it's either by on X or by Kiwi Farms that already kind of like prove him wrong, and Nick is just kind of giving a trust me bro. So I kind of just don't believe him based off of that.
Is there 3 times. Twice was for the Make-A-Wish ball, this year and the previous year, and then the other time was at Christmas. All of those times, our children were with Lady Racket's parents. Like, so we've never left our children, even if we would have, it would have been legal, but we never did that because we're way like we guys, we hired a full-time fucking nanny just to make sure that our children always had supervision and to make sure that there were always adults readily available to transport the children, to feed and clothe them, and to make sure that they were supervised. And so like this, it was wild to read that, because like all you had to do is not ask us. You didn't have to ask us. All you had to do is ask Lady Racket's parents, who, you know, like these people know them. If they would have just asked, like, oh man, they went to the casino and they left their kids at home, they would have said, no, they were at our house. That's it. Solved. And so it's like, but that allegation gets made and put in a document. And if you read that, it's like, well, someone heard that and told the pastor that. And he's like, well, I don't know if that's okay. Well, first of all, if you read the law, that would be okay. But second of all, we didn't fucking do it. And so that gets.
So is this another one of those cases where it's like, it's not true? Is this another it's not true moment?
That gets shared around. And it's like, well, no, like
It's a small town. It's a small town. Right, yeah.
And if any, all people had to do is ask. It's like, well, yeah, we could have corrected that real fucking quick.
Correct the record,
But
homie.
but instead you went to the government, I guess. It's
Government.
weird, man. That's a strange fucking attitude, in my opinion. But as
what
to
the heck? Okay, I guess. Well, as Nick correcting the record on the false allegations, I guess the church is against him. Like he said originally, just fucking trust them. All right, there's absolutely nothing. Yeah, just don't worry about it. Just trust Nick. All right, trust the nose. Okay, trust the nose. All right, trust the Ralpha male. Trust the plan. Okay. Oh my god. Just trust the plan, homie. All right. So now that Nick's corrected the record and the church is against them, we've established that. Let's add that to the list. So we got the government against them. We got Kiwi Farms against them. We got Josh against them, Jersh, whatever. And now we got the church, the pastor against them. All right. The world is against Nick. Oh, Law 2. Almost forgot about them. Legal Mindset. Damn Legal Mindset. Damn Sean, a potentially criminal. Everybody's against Nick. It's okay. Nick is our favorite underdog. He's going to pull through, all right, guys? He's going to pull through. Let's see what... this next clip. Did Rekieta lose his way? And being under the internet microscope. Yeah, well, that's a doozy. Let's see what Nikki the Nose has to say about this.
I know you don't want to talk about Aaron and all his bullshit that he's put out here. Did you lose your way?
Yeah, Ralph is out of it, bro.
In a certain respect.
Did I lose my way? I don't know. That's an interesting question, because the answer to that could presume a set of circumstances that is true or not true or partially true. What I'll say is this: as far as
why can't he ever just say yes or no? Like, I get it. He's doing this roundabout fucking answer shit, but at the same time, it's like this kind of question doesn't really require nuance or for you to go into like a big in-depth analysis about whatever the fuck you're trying to do. Just say yes or no, bro. Just don't talk like a weaselly lawyer, right? Don't talk like a weasel in general. Just fucking say yes or no. God fucking damn it.
Is again, whatever Aaron's saying, that's his own shit that he gets to say, and determine his credibility on your own. Sure. I'm not helping anybody do that. What I'll say is this: I made plenty of choices in life, and made plenty of choices about over the past year that I would do the exact same, and plenty I would do differently. And it's not really worth dwelling on that shit. You just learn from what happened, and then you modify your behavior going forward. I don't know if I lost my way, because I'm not sure what way I had other than the way I went. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Like,
and again, I say this to people: they only get a glimpse of you from the streaming, and you and I have talked about this briefly, but like being a streamer and putting it out there, but you only put a little bit out there, right? Like people don't really understand what it.
No, people don't really know the real Nick. People that know the real Nick say he's a piece of shit, Ralph. It makes this defense that you're trying to put up for Nick makes no fucking sense, because people that know the real Nick, not what he just puts out on a stream, have said, yes, he's a piece of shit. Even his own friends like Kumalot, have put their fucking brooms down. Even his own token friend, like Drexel, who, God, don't even get started on Drexel. Even Drexel doesn't want to fucking support Nick like that, bro. Like, even he said that he's crossed the line and shit. And this is coming from fucking Drexel of all people. So, this defense for Nick, and oh, you don't know the real Nick. Yeah, because if you knew the real Nick, you'd probably hate him even more. Worse shit would probably be going down. All right? No, this defense doesn't work, Ralph. I can't believe you. Actually, I was gonna say I can't believe Ralph is trying this defense, but then I realized this is fucking Ralph, so of course he's gonna go with this.
It's like to be under the microscope. Most people don't, at least. And so it's hard to deal with when that shit blows up.
Yeah, and it's weird because you have a couple options when you know, when the microscope gets turned on you, or sometimes it's a telescope, right? Like you have a couple options, and it's like you can try and address things, you can try and joke along with it, you can try and deny things, or you can confirm things. And
Has Cal Naughton Jr. said anything after Baldo's appearance on the pill stream, or did he go full Magic Man and disappear from the story? Snake and Bake.
Who the fuck is that? Wait a minute. Okay. Somebody's gonna have to help me out with these GG Evans fucking chats. Has Cal Naughton Jr. said anything about Baldo's appearance on the pill stream, or did he go full Magic Man and disappear from the story? Who the hell is Cal Naughton Jr.? I want to know who that is. Somebody tell me who that is. All right? I need to know. His rep was built on lies. That's true. Also, GG, thank you for the 5. Appreciate it. We don't know the real MrSEN. Oh, man. That is true. Weeb Abu. That is true. All right. His rep was built on lies. Did you lose your way? Who talks like that? Is he a fucking Jedi? Yeah, Ralph looks just like Yoda. What are you talking about, bro? He's almost as wise as him, too. Oh, that's his name? Wait, Kumalot? No idea. Kumalot is such a snake. Wait, that's fucking Kumalot? Okay. Has he said anything after Baldo's appearance? Okay, well, thank you, GG. Thanks for that. Kumalot? I don't know. I know that Nick references Kumalot in this stream, too. I don't know if Kumalot has actually said anything. I can take a look. What's this stupid shit? Camelot? Camelot... Jesus, I don't know. Is it 665 or some stupid shit? I don't fucking know. It's not even worth it, bro. I'm sure we'll figure it out. If he does say anything, I'm sure there's gonna be something out there, something clipped or whatever, and then I could put it into the video. But it would be fun. It'd be fun. Yeah, I am made of pixels. Okay, that's the first thing you got. I guess that's the first thing you've uncovered. As you can see, I am made of pixels. Ha ha. There you go. There you go. Let's continue though. And again, Gigi, thank you for the $5 meal ticket. Appreciate it. It's tough out there, ladies. It's tough. It's tough.
The reality is that streamers do a mix of all of it, right? Like sometimes you're throwing fucking darts. Like it's like, do you like roll with these jokes? And then the jokes become like, I was actually just talking about this with Lady Rackets while we were driving.
Okay, well, here's the problem. I already know where this is going. Here's the problem with that. They're not jokes, though, bro. Like, the problem is that they're not jokes. They transcend it because you have a group of people that archive your stuff and that dig into your public record, which you kind of made fair game because your entire shtick was built off of everything that's public record is fine, so you can use it and weaponize it or whatever. Do whatever you want with it and shit. So then when they started doing it to you because you started acting like a little bitch and stuff, they uncovered more and more and more. And they're not jokes, okay? They're not jokes. They've found literal footage of you. They've gotten moments where you've slipped up and you've said shit, and then you've tried to backtrack it, and it's like just a bunch of shit. I guess what we can say is there's a lot of evidence against you that make it so that the statements you've said or the shit you've tried to lean on aren't really jokes. All right. So I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. These aren't jokes, but I don't know. Maybe you're gonna pull something out of your ass right now. Surprise me. Surprise me.
I think today it was like, uh, in our sector, in the sector, right? Like there are things that are jokes, and there'll be a joke for a while, or like maybe someone has a really bad day, and there's like a meme joke that comes out of it, and it starts off like funny and memey, but then something else happens and something else happens, and it makes it like way more serious and fucking brutally mean.
Yeah.
And then you're like, that joke that was kind of like funny and lighthearted is now fucking vicious. And like we're throwing darts trying to like figure out how to do it. So sometimes you roll with a joke at the beginning, but then it becomes this vicious thing and you're like, well, now I can't reel that back in. There's no way to do it. And so other times you just have to kind of fucking like deny shit outright, like when it's really bad, I guess.
I remember when you denied being a swinger and then you got exposed for being a swinger. I remember when you denied doing drugs and then you got exposed for doing drugs. I remember that.
But you also don't have time to address everything. So it's a fucking tough sort of circumstance to be in, because you never know what to do, or like how the internet is going to take something, or how they're going to change like what the advice is on how to handle something. Because do you remember when the advice for everything was lean into the joke?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, how's Vito doing with leaning into the joke?
They weren't jokes. Oh my god, I can't believe he's still trying to run defense for Vito at this very moment. Like, fuck Vito. Okay, it's just like another thing that, aside from like all the fucking weird sexual kid innuendo that Vito makes, like, just he's a piece of shit. He's just an annoying guy. He's an annoying guy who thinks he's above it all, like kind of like Nick. He has the same fucking issue that Nick has. Now he wants to act like a tough guy after saying he wants to molest preschoolers and shit. It's like, the fuck? Are you fucking crazy? You're fucking stupid. Like, who the fuck? Like, who has the audacity to act like a tough guy after saying he wants to, like, touch kids? It's like, no, dude. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's so, like, I said this a lot of times. That's so disrespectful to another person, right? Like, the intelligence and just, like, the perception of another guy. It's like, this guy is insane. He's insane, and he needs to be... I can't say what needs to happen to Vito G, but, you know, I think GG Evans, my second in command, can probably fill in that gap. I'm not gonna say it, you know, but I think a majority of people know what should happen to Vito. If not just for the quote unquote jokes, but for like the fact that he's just an overall piece of shit. And it's just like, I just don't believe it, bro. Personally, if you quote unquote joke about that shit for multiple years and are so strongly for the fences against that type of behavior and those types of people, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna think that you're Amos G. All right, yeah, it's not even fun. It's not even funny. It's not funny, right? It's just not. I don't know if that's a hot take. You know, it shouldn't be. It's not funny. Who's it for? Who's it funny to, Nick? Who's it funny to, Vito? The fuck? Retarded. Fucking retards, bro. Okay. So the Rekieta CPS history. Well, let's check that one out. Okay.
One more question, only because people
CPS history.
One more question, only because people bug me about it. They claim there is other CPS like involvement before this, etc. You can clear that.
There are three. I can clear this up real quick. Sure. There are three things that came out in there's a report today. It's like a discovery report or something that got, I think, filed. And it talks about 3 prior CPS interactions.
Yes.
One of them was in 2000. Well, the file number is from 2009. That's not actually when it was. That's not our family. Lady Raggets and I were foster parents.
Really?
We were foster parents before our first child was born, and we stopped being foster parents just a little bit before our second child was born. Lady Raggets was pregnant, and she was put on bed rest because she had some bleeding that they were concerned about. And so we were no longer able to keep fostering when she was put on bed rest, because I wasn't home and she wasn't able to lift, the kids. The kids unfortunately had to go to another family, and then they were out of our care at that point. It had nothing to do with us. That's just,
I gotta ask you guys, do any of you believe Nick right now? Like this story, or him correcting the record on the CPS history? Do any of you guys actually buy this? Like, we saw him write that one text to null earlier on in the stream, right? When I showed you guys on X. I don't think you guys believed it then. Do you guys believe it now? Do you guys believe his words? Because again, he's showing nothing. It's just like a trust me, bro. You kind of gotta just like believe him. But I don't know. He sounds kind of shaky here. I don't believe him. I don't know if you guys believe what he's saying. How many of you guys actually believe what Nick is saying right here? I don't. But I don't know. Maybe one of you guys in chat do. So far the poll is still 70% of you. Okay, rather 68. I'm sorry, correction. 68% of you think that Nick will go to jail. And 31% of you guys think that Nick will not. The nose will not be going to jail. Okay. So there's that. Fuck no. I got a lot of no's over here, alright? There's a lot of no's. No, nobody's believing Nick. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. What? No? I see no yeses. Wow. My god. My gosh. Why wouldn't anybody believe Nick? He's only the most trustworthy person out there on the internet. Hasn't lied at all. That's why he's trying to get things, sealed. He's trying to get court documents sealed. He doesn't want anybody to see the body cam footage. It's weird, he's like the most trustworthy guy on the internet right now. I'm actually surprised that a lot of you guys wouldn't believe Nick Rekieta, man. Actually very taken aback, man. What the fuck? What the heck? There's no way. No way, homie.
We're part of the file because we were the foster parents. I don't even remember the last name of that file. It was a long fucking time ago. There was like a February 15th report, and I have no idea what the hell is up with that report. It was ignored by CPS. And then there was a 515 or 516 report. That's the infamous one from our pastor. Yeah. And that one was also actually ignored by CPS. It's called screening them out. So CPS found that there were not substantial allegations to meet the criteria to merit an investigation, and so they ignored them. Again, the CPS involvement in our family is strictly related to the execution of the search warrant and the allegations resulting
sent $1
from that
Ask Nick if he will
around the
release the body
substance
cam
that was
footage
allegedly
willingly.
removed from our home. I have to
Ask
say all
Nick
these
if he will
alleged
release
to
the
make
body
sure
cam.
there's no whatever. But this is all the government allegations. That's the family matter that we have. The other stuff was ignored by.
Oh, by the way, yeah, that little thing that you heard and Nick freezing towards the middle of that's not me. That was on Ralph's. Like I said at the beginning, the entire stream was like a mess. Not only because Ralph was blitzed, but because the quality was bad. I don't know if people were like DDoSing Ralph or something, or Ralph's like Mexican internet was like fucking up. But yeah, it was pretty bad. It was kind of rough. So I'm impressed that Lisa was able to get these clips, but thankfully they were. So there it is. So that was on Ralph's.
By CPS and has not been re-pursued or anything like that. So people don't have to take my word on that. Believe me, disbelieve me, it doesn't fucking matter to me, because I'm worried about the case itself. But hopefully someday I can like show the story, like, but I gotta wait till after everything's done.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus, bro. Okay, well, that's Nick correcting the record on the CPS. All right, I don't think a lot of you guys believe him. Unfortunate, but it happens when you tell so many lies and you continue to for like up to this point. I think it's bound to happen. All right, we got a good number of clips still left. They're around 2 minutes or so we should be able to get through these rather fast. I think we got some of the important ones out of the way. We got things like who Rekieta is versus who he presented himself to be. That's one that I wanna see. I wanna see what the nose has to say about that. We got the hair follicle test, and we got the children's CPS placement. That's an interesting one. Okay, these three are pretty long. These three are pretty hefty. What's it been like for Rekieta, stuck at the government's pace, missing the Rekieta children? What about Drex and Camelot? I actually, I want to look at that one real quick, because that one, number one, that's under 2 minutes. Okay, so and I just want to know. I want to know what the nose thinks of our good friend Drexel and Kumalot. Okay, let me go back to the beginning and watch. I'm glad I subbed up. Oh, thanks, bud. Appreciate that. All right, let's see what's going on with Drex and Camelot, or what Nick thinks is going on with Drex and Camelot. All right, let's see that.
Drex and Camelot.
So here's the thing. I barely have fucking any time to watch things that are out there. So people will send me stuff about like.
Don't believe that, because you were right on Messenger today, just to clear up the record about. Remember, we saw this earlier on today on X. He was right there. He sent that to Josh apparently, or somebody. So yeah, no, that's not true. Unbelievable. Like, I can't believe he's using this line. It's fucking. Oh my god. I don't know if it's more frustrating, hilarious, or I don't know, man. This guy is fucking. He's something, man. He's something.
This, so-and-so said that. Here's the thing. I've talked to Camelot a couple times. Right now, most of the people I talk to are lawyers, and Camelot's racing and stuff. Like, I don't know what he said. Camelot's been my boy forever. What if he? I haven't heard him say "I hate you," "I hate you," "I'm gonna kill you." Now he's never said anything like that. So like, I'm not gonna like make any decisions on that. Drex, dude, I've talked to Drex one time in like the past 8 months, and it's like I don't know what happened with Drex, but I haven't talked to him. He hasn't been out here in forever.
Drexel,
I'd love to hang out with him and like actually catch up.
No.
I don't know what he said or not said either.
Drexel.
I've heard some stuff, but it's like I can't go off what other people say someone says. You know what I mean?
Why don't you just watch the clip of where he's with Kuvala? Just go to Elisa's channel. You frequent that enough by all the bitching you do behind her back. Why don't you just go and you say we watched it last week, what Kumalot and Drex thought of Nick. So you could just, and there were under 5 minutes, Nick. You can very easily see that. You have the time clearly to do it.
So it's like, and I'm focused on like
right
actually
now,
dealing with the real shit right now.
The real shit. Yeah, you're dealing with the real shit. That's why you're on Ralph's fucking kill stream giving a fucking interview, right? That's how professional you are, right? Do you guys see how fucking stupid this is? Like, he's LARPing around even as we speak, pretending to have this all under control and being this responsible person. Bro, you're on Ralph's kill stream. All right, you're not being responsible. You're full of shit. You're lying straight to everybody's face like you always do. Yeah, you're on Ralph's kill stream. There's nothing professional about that. You're crazy.
Rather than keeping up what other streamers are saying.
What about Drex and Camelot?
You're crazy, Nick. You're crazy for that, bro. Oh my god, there's so much cap in that. I can't believe it. Let's see here. The post oh no, well that's the entire thing over there. That's the Riley thing. Okay, well that's what he thinks of Camelot and Drexel. Cool, very cool. Thank you, Nick. Very cool. Let's see. I guess we can go to the LARPing. That's essentially what this clip is. This is the LARPing clip. Well, Nick went ahead and was LARPing the entire time. Shout out to the 199 of you in chat. Okay, make sure to like and share the video. Okay, you already know what to do. Well, it's not a video, it's a stream. Whatever, video, stream, whatever you call it. Yeah, make sure to like and share that. Yada yada yada. Let's continue. Rekieta is versus who he presented himself to be. All right, so basically LARPing. Okay, we're gonna see Nick talk about the LARPing firsthand. All right, let's get ready. Let's go into this. 5 minutes 40 seconds. Let's go.
I see people. It's mostly from Kiwi Farms, to be honest with you.
Darn Kiwi Farms.
But they'll say you presented yourself as.
Okay, I gotta fucking comment on this. You can tell Ralph is fucking blitzed out of his mind. Like, the way he's talking is so abnormal. It's like they put him at 0.50 speed, and the way he's talking, Jesus fucking Christ. And I think even the nose can tell he kind of fucked up here. Like, look at that fucking face, man. He's like, Jesus, I can't believe I decided to. I'm sorry. It just kind of sticks out, man.
Someone that you're not. That you acted like you were this Christian upholding, family man, and you weren't actually that person, and they felt personally hurt enough about it that they wanted to attack you, which is also a totally different level. Like that's one thing. It's one thing to say like, okay, this guy wasn't what I thought he was, and I just like said fuck him. But also it's another level to say, oh, he wasn't what he thought he was, and now I want to attack him. But
I just want to say that I think it's hilarious that Ralph, of all people, Ethan Ralph is the one like trying to insinuate, oh my god, they're taking it too far, homie. I can't believe people would act this unhinged. Ralph, are you fucking kidding me? Look at look at the shit you've done. I just like Ralph pointing this out and seeming so appalled by it is just kind of funny, because it's like, it's Ralph. It's fucking Ralph.
Your thoughts on that allegation, because it's out there.
Sure.
It's
so
not even an allegation. Okay, whatever. Let him talk.
It's like in two parts. One is Nick presented himself. Well, let's do it in backwards order of what I was going to do. Am I the same person that I was when I started streaming? Well, no. One, I think streaming itself changes you, because you place yourself in this in the public eye, and then that's more sort of stimulus or input into who you are. You get criticism, you get compliments, you get commentary about who you are at a far accelerated rate. If you think about how long it takes you walking around your town to encounter 1,000 people, and yet right now in this live stream we got like a couple thousand people watching right now. So you got a couple thousand people who could be, who are possibly giving you input, calling you retarded or whatever. Whereas when I walk around town, only about like 35, 45 people call me retarded. And so that changes you. I mean, it just does. Plus, I'm just significantly older than I was. six or 7 years now. Yeah, I started in, I'm coming up on 7 years of streaming. Like 7 years of time, generally speaking, is a pretty drastic for me. Like that's a lot of change that's happened. When I look at any 7 year period going backwards, I'm a way different person every 7 years on kind of the outward stuff. Now, getting to the crux of your question with like Nick presented himself as this tradcon person.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying other people said that, right? Like, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and I think you probably have a lot of experience with this too.
I do.
Is that people they get a glimpse. I describe it as trying to describe the inside of a ship when all you can do is look through a porthole.
So
like they see this little window, and then they have to fill in the gaps. And for us, we let you fill in the gaps.
I just want you to know, it's gotten so bad that Nick is like putting himself in Ralph's shoes. Can you really imagine Nick doing this like a year or two ago? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's like you're putting yourself in Ethan Ralph's shoes. That's a fucking fall off. Holy fucking shit. Like, that's not even like a shot at Ralph directly. That's just like putting out the facts out there, bro. Like, if you're comparing yourself to Ralph, you've had to have hit rock bottom. I was gonna say Ralph bottom, might as well be, but it's got to be some kind of rock bottom at that point. Holy fucking shit.
Gaps because one, we can't address everybody's individual interpretation of who we are. There's not like physically time for it. But you let people fill in the gaps. Obama called himself a blank slate, for example, that people post their opinion or put themselves onto.
What the fuck?
Like it's kind of like that, just not as pretentious as Obama makes it.
It's just like, similar though. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
You go.
How about Ralph and Nick are trying to have like this in-depth philosophical conversation, man, about like Obama and presentation and perception, homie. It's like you people are you guys are, yeah.
Out and you do what you do, and you may have a persona or not. It doesn't really matter.
Persona.
And people
like that
have
game.
to paint a picture. Well, my picture looks like this. I've been married almost 20 years now. I have 5 kids. I'm a Christian. We homeschool.
Christian.
And I like guns and stuff. So like people go, oh, blam, 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 conservative, right? Like super conservative, traditional conservatism. And I tick a lot of those.
Well, like you bitched about the public education system, like No Tomorrow, and really worked that angle and pushed that out there, and was basically like, the school system's gonna wreck my kids, not me. I'm just gonna give them drugs and let them, watch me, swing. Like, that's not gonna damage them. It's that damn public education. And look, man, you already know how I feel. Like, if you're a longtime viewer, or like even a short time viewer, should be able to like realize where I land in that political spectrum for the most part. What I dislike is I don't shy away from showing that. But holy fucking shit, even at the point now, how fucking stupid it is for somebody like Nick to be bitching about that. Like, I get it. Yes, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, you're not doing any better yourself, bro. That's why it comes off as a LARP to me. Like, you're crying about, you know what you're crying about, the rainbows, ho, and I get it, all right, I get you, I feel you. It's just bad that you're not really doing any better yourself. You're probably on the same level of fucking up the kids' heads, all right? You're just one conversation away with Beto from becoming, from becoming what you call just about everybody that hurts your feelings. I swear to God, Nick, you are one conversation with Vito away from becoming, whatever you called Monty. I swear to God, you're right there. Because it's kind of how it is, right? You starting to kill your morals like over and over and over again. And then what you just need somebody like Vito, again, somebody with those quote unquote jokes, somebody with that weird mindset. Oh, fuck, and don't even get me started on fucking Dax. You got Dax in your corner, too. It's like the 2 pedophile devils in your ear that are gonna fucking make you take that next step, bro. It's bad. It's not good. You're one Dax, one Vito conversation away from becoming that, Nick. I can just see it, bro. It's fucked. It's fucked.
Those boxes because, I'm fairly right-leaning. I like low taxes. I can have complex discussions about immigration, but I think a country needs to secure its borders, of all of, and I believe in capitalism in general. So like I have a lot of conservative things. So people, and depending on the subject matter that you encounter, it'll really look like, if you go back, it'll really look like I'm super conservative. But there are a lot of issues that I'm pretty damn socially liberal on. And I've also grown more socially liberal on some issues, as time went on. So like that, the combined effect of, as people get exposed to just different facets of who you are, they can take that as like a betrayal. Like you promised them something and then you did.
Okay, Nick, here's a little bit of advice. People don't like being lied to. It's not even advice, it's just fucking common sense. People don't like being lied to, especially the ones that have supported you for so long. Okay? Especially when the lie isn't to protect them. When the lie isn't like something like a little white lie. If it's something that you're just doing as a LARP to continue to get money over and over and over again, they're gonna kind of be pissed because your audience's values are reflective of you, right? And vice versa. So what you put out there for everybody is what they're gonna take in. At no point did you stop to clarify, oh, by the way, guys, I'm not actually this trad dad. No, you leaned into being the trad dad conservative guy. That was literally your gimmick, right? I'll even go as far as to say there has to be a clip or something out there where you're fucking calling yourself one. There has to be. That's what the whole thing you did was, your entire brand. That's how you branded yourself. So don't give people this whole, well, I don't know where you would have gotten that idea. I'm actually this. And if you feel like, angry about, me breaking that perception, it's your fault, not mine. It's like, no, that is all your fault. That is all on you. Nick, you're like a 40-year-old man. Take some responsibility for once in your life, buddy. All right, if you're not going to take responsibility for being a drug addict, for swinging in front of your kids and being like, a sexual deviant at the age of 40, while you have 5 children that you should be taking care of, at least take some ownership for conning your entire audience for 6-7 years. I would say that's what people are looking for, right? Just at the very least that. Because, Nick's entire image, it's kind of a big deal. That entire thing he sold you on, kind of a big deal. That's how I see it. That's what I think. That's my point of view.
Did the opposite. It's like, well, I didn't really promise it. You didn't portray yourself that way. It's like, well, there's a lot of ways I haven't portrayed myself because I didn't really have the opportunity to do so. But I don't know. I try not to make it into anything.
I love how Ralph was just struggling in the corner for this shit.
Bigger than that. If people change, if they think you've changed and they don't like who you are, then okay. Sorry. I'm not
Ralph, no.
I know who I am and where I believe I've changed. Other people have different opinions, and that's cool. I don't mind.
No! Pence is Mexican. I don't know what the other. And then there's Barack Obama, bro. Oh my God, Barack Obama is trying to get on call with the kill stream, bro. What the fuck is going on? I love how Ralph is just so I couldn't imagine what's going on through. How is he paying attention to this while at the same time trying to get this under control? You can tell Ralph has no idea what's going on. His main priority is trying to get these people out of here, and Nick is just talking into the ether. He's just trying to con his way out of this shit. Oh my God, this is peak. This is peak entertainment. I'm very entertained right now.
If you like the show, keep watching. If you like making fun of me, keep watching. And if you don't, peace, man. It's cool. That's part of the.
It's cool, homie. It's part of the business, homie. I don't care. This doesn't get to me at all. Okay, Nick. All right, let's see. Okay, so we saw who's Rekieta versus who he presented himself to be. Okay, let's go into the hair follicle test next.
First off,
okay, let's see. And a government's leverage? I thought that was government's leverage for a second. I guess not. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see. All right. Let's keep it going. Clean slate. Yeah, clean slate. All right, let's see.
I've stated on the record, there's a follicle test. I don't put any stock in that. You don't have to say anything there, by the way. But I think that's bullshit. But so they have that. They're throwing that out there and putting it out there with one 9-year-old, and I hate to even mention the age, and I won't mention the name, etc. What has it been like to deal with personally?
What I think you're alluding to is shit like that the follicle test or whatever,
Yes.
which is got its own story. And again, this is a frustrating one to talk about because there's so much to that. And people are going to take that in the opposite way. I'm not even talking about there's so much to the results or whatever. I'm talking about there's so much to the release of that and the circumstances around it that, again, that whole story isn't even done being told to the court yet. So like there's so much about that, and I can't say anything, which really fucking sucks. Because what I can tell you was when we were informed, we were absolutely incensed. Because frankly, that result's fucking impossible.
Well, that's what I said, because like it's just I don't know. It makes no sense to me. It doesn't jive with reality, in my opinion. I've said that
with reality
publicly already, and it's insane, basically, right? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But that being said, there, and again, you have to be careful with what you say, but it seems to be being used as a hammer against you in other regards. And again, you can comment or not comment on that, but like
I think what you're, if I can infer your question in the hypothetical without details, there's a thought that the state would use various things as leverage in maybe another situation. So there's sort of, in a situation like this where you have a criminal case and a custody case, you have two parallel tracks that are happening on different timelines, and what happens in one can affect the other in very impactful ways. For example, statements in a child custody case may impact the criminal case, leading to liability. Like if I were to say something in the child custody case, they could technically use it in the criminal case.
Yes.
So what that does is it makes it really complicated to communicate with the state in the custody case, because they want to talk about a whole bunch of things, and saying anything regarding certain subjects, puts you at the chance of having a statement misused against you in the other context. So it makes it really fucking difficult. That difficulty only benefits the state, because the state then has the ability to say, well, they're not answering questions. Like, well, I have a Fifth Amendment right to not answer questions of any kind. But then they say, well, if you don't answer questions, how can we bring children back to your home? I'm like, I don't know. Why don't you meet your burden to show that they shouldn't be there? And it goes back and forth like that. So it's like, without getting into specifics about what things the state can do, having this parallel track on the two cases means that things that happen in one impact the other, and timelines in one can impact the other. And the state uses that leverage in both cases at the same time. They know you want your kids back. They also know that anything that you say to them in the one case can be used against you in a criminal case, and they're looking for a conviction. So those two things are sort of adverse interests for me, and they're parallel and contributing interests to the state. So that's to their advantage. And
I hope
that's a
Nick knows
really
good gas
shitty part about being in the
expert witness if
circumstance
he
that I'm
fights the
in,
test.
is like, I just have to.
Okay, and again, that lag isn't on our end, that's on Ralph's, basically. As you can see, there are a lot of people fucking with Ralph with this interview too, it seems. So
navigate that and deal with it. And that's why you hire the right people to do it.
First off, I've stated on the record.
Holy fucking shit, Nick. All right, let's see. Nick says, if that result is not correct and possible, then why don't you have another test done with an outside third-party lab? Oh, we all know why you won't do it. That's a good point. That is a good point, actually. What the fuck? Hey, look at you. You got Yeah, actually, I would like Nick to answer that question. That would be fun. That would be fun. They wash the kid's hair and use multiple follicles. They don't randomly pull a hair and test it and then cite it in a report to remove the kids from their home. He's a clown. Nicky the clown. Nicky the clown. Nick, tell us it isn't. Nick, tell us it isn't true. Ralph Gump. Oh my God, you're dirty for that one. You're dirty for that one. Nick is such a narcissist that as long as he's listening to himself, all is well. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. All is well as long as Nick listens to himself. Nick is the only voice of reason we need, okay? We don't need anything else. All we need is a Nick Rekieta in our life. Holy shit. Okay, this one's gonna be interesting. Let's see here.
Your kids have been taken from you.
Hold on, Ralph. Hold on. Relax. The Rekieta Children's CPS placement. People only know what they know? What the fuck? This is going to be the equivalent of saying, oh my God, parents get arrested all the time and go home to their children. Specific reasons the children are in custody of the state. I'm scared. All right. I don't know what's going to happen here. But I heard from some people, some sources that have already watched this, that it just sounds like Nick doesn't want his kids back. And that, like, some people have even theorized that Nick is actually, like, happy about this happening because he's been wanting to live this kind of fucking promiscuous, drug addicted, I guess degenerate, for lack of a better word, life. And now that he's gotten rid of the kids, I mean, he's got April moving in with him, presumably, from what we heard. April's in his place and shit. No idea where Lady Rackets, our wife, is. No idea where she is. So again, it's kind of like a dark thing to think about. It's kind of like a dark thing to theorize. But knowing Nick, again, it's not out of the realm of possibility for him to just be happy that he doesn't have to take care of his kids anymore. And that him fake raging on the internet about how he cares about them is just, again, an act. Because, again, he's been acting for about 7 years. So, I mean, what's a little more, right? But let's see what Nicky the Nose has to say about the children's CPS placement. People only know what they
Your
know.
kids have been taken from you, though, correct?
My kids are taken from me.
Yes or no?
My kids are on a what's called an emergency placement.
Okay, I know this is kind of probably a nitpick, but it's just like, can we get a yes or no from your weaselly ass? Like, why is it always this roundabout shit, bro? Just say yes or no. Yes or no.
It's related to, their parents were arrested, and the kids have to go somewhere. Thankfully, we have significant amounts of family close by, and they were able to, they're able to house our children in the meanwhile. So our kids are with family.
So it's a yes then. It's a yes. Okay.
They're not at home, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I've seen some speculation out there that they went with like
sure,
strangers or something like that. No, that's not true. They're with family, and
it's not true.
And we get to see them. It just has to be, there are rules around seeing them.
God, that's so fucked up. It's like, can you imagine the kids saying, "Mommy, Daddy, why can't we live with you anymore?" Can you imagine that? Damn. Mommy, Daddy, why do you guys have to be away? Why do we have to be away from you? Why do we have to be here? Why can't we be away? That's so dark, bro. Oh, God, that's so. Yeah, that's bad. I can't believe that. It leaves such a fucked up, like. It's just like, yeah, we laugh at this guy a lot, right? Because he's a fucking train wreck and he's a piece of shit. But then, yeah, like reality kind of hits, and it is pretty fucked up. This entire situation is pretty dark. Oof. Yeah, that's bad. That's really fucking bad. Ouch. Ouch.
Then shut
So
the
they
fuck up for a
have
second,
not
okay?
been taken by the state.
I swear the number of similarities between Nikki the Nose and OJ's cases is fucking memeable. The Innocence Project talking points coming out of his mouth when it comes to follicle testing. FML.
Well, you know what, Gigi? Maybe Rekieta read up on that, okay? Maybe Rekieta read up on that, and now he's putting it... oh, he's putting it to good use, okay? But good point. Good point. King of the Weasels, indeed. One of the biggest clowns on the internet for real. Nick's specialty is baffle them with bullshit. Well, it's a good thing we got those darn Kiwi farmers to, you know, basically autistically pick together anything Nick goes ahead and he throws out there. And sometimes it's even like, you know, people on X or just random commenters that can do it. Or some people in this chat. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Is what you're saying.
I mean, they've been placed into a temporary placement with family. So in that respect,
With your
they
own
have
family,
been
like, with your own relations, though, right? Like,
I love how Ralph is trying to come to the rescue here. He's like, well, with your own family. Okay? He's not a bad guy. Okay?
not like just.
I just rebuilt the bridge, okay? After Nick fell off, okay? I'm the owner of the kettle stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be clear, our children are like, how do I analogize this? Our children are like in a pre-trial probation. We haven't even had our trial on child custody. It's what's called an emergency placement. The determination is that an emergency existed within the home that was determined by the allegations from the execution of the search warrant, right? The search warrant execution, as the internet well knows, alleges that a substance was removed from my home.
Sure.
And so in light of that, there's an emergency placement that occurs until the county or the state is able to adjudicate whether the children are in need of ongoing services. That hasn't happened yet. We haven't gone to trial on it. So right now it's like I said, it's like a pre-trial probation to analogize it to a criminal case.
So and again, you can get into this or not. Do you think that that's being used against you, like in one manner? Like, of course you want your children back in your home, and you know you have 5 kids, and I'm reading this and I don't know the full aspect.
Let me address something. Hold on, let me address something real quick.
Sure.
Some people in the chat are misunderstanding what I'm saying. The pre-trial probation is us as the parents, and the children are in temporary placement.
I love how Nick is like actually paying attention to the chat when he acts like he just doesn't care about anything, and he's like, whatever. Well, no, now he's addressing the chat, so I guess he is looking at it and stuff. Again, the fuck ups here, like the technical difficulties, are all from Ralph's end. They're not like it's not the stream here. This is what you were able to clip from Ralph's stream. Because I don't know if it was him being DDoS. I don't know if it's his Mexican internet. It could be that. But yeah, it was kind of bad. It's an impressive feat that she was able to go ahead and clip this shit. So, good shit.
I'm not blaming the children. Anyone who thinks that I said I was blaming the children is retarded. I'm saying that there was an emergency.
Well, it's crazy. Some of the retards. I get it. No. Here's the thing, Nick. I agree with you. Anybody that says blaming the children is what you should do is retarded. Like your friend Ethan Van Sciver, like your friend Robert Barnes, like the Baldo washers that are still supporting you. You're right, Nick. You just told on them. They are all fucking retards. Thank you, Nick. The one honest thing Nick has ever said, and granted he didn't directly say it. It was one of those slip-ups. Yeah, you're right. All your friends that are supporting you with that are fucking retarded, Nick. You're right. All your supporters that are still supporting you with that are fucking retarded, Nick, which is pretty much the majority and all of your supporters. So thank you, Nick, for admitting that your entire fan base that are supporting you at this time are fucking retarded. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. So we can get some honesty out of him. We just gotta fucking take it out with like pincers and shit. And it's really hard. We gotta go and dig through all the fucking shit that is Nick, and then eventually we'll find something. All right, nothing very good, but something.
Agency placement determination made, and that's akin to a trial probation. The actual trial on whether or not the children are in need of protective services happens later. But the way the state operates is that in the interest of the child, they defer to the side of safety, right? And so they presume that an unsafe condition existed because of the search warrant's execution. Once we go to trial, they'll make a determination if the children need to be placed into foster care or returned back to us, or if they need to, go for like a temporary time. The state wants to move forward even farther. That all happens later. That hasn't happened yet.
Right. Yeah. No. There will still be a determination on that, but and again, I hate to be Larry King here or whatever, but like, what has that been like on you? Like, I feel like I know how it's like where people
Somebody said Ralph Gump earlier. Jesus, you're so fucking accurate with that. Ralph is so out of it. He's talking at like, I don't know, man. He's talking really fucking, yeah. He did a little too much. Yeah, he did a little too much.
demonize you, and you're not a real person, and you're considered just a demon or whatever. What has that been like for you?
To be fair, I'm still impressed that Ralph is this coherent, even while he's just fucking just completely coherent enough to at least form a sentence or two. Right, it's still something. It's something
To deal with this.
That part is, it's simultaneously frustrating, and it's also not, because one thing, of course, the truth, like what happened.
Yes.
No one else knows.
Oh boy.
The state doesn't know. They have to construct their story, and then I go and the state go, and we argue our stories. That's court, right? So that hasn't happened yet, but in the meanwhile, what happened in your own house and with your own kids.
Sure.
And no one else does.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Nick, you barely know what happens anymore. It probably has to do with all the fucking drugs, but
But the only story that the people on the internet hear is whatever comes out, and it's from the state, unless I decide to go out and tell the full story.
I still can't get over the fact that, like, oh my god, I want to re-pull it up. Like, this guy is such a piece of shit. Like, he is literally trying to get things removed or shit. Let me see. I re-find that. Like, how is he saying this shit? How's he pretending like he's all about that truth and justice and stuff, but he's trying to get like documents or whatever have you removed? I don't know, bro. It's kind of crazy. I went over this earlier, bro, but let me see if I can find it. What I was looking at. No, that's Jim's stuff. Oh, here it is. It's on this stream. I mean, on this X, and we went over it earlier on stream. Yeah, America First Stream Watch over here. There's this. There's some gym shit. There's PvP. Okay, ask Ralph if he wants to reschedule. That was yesterday. Probably should have. Honestly, that's something there. God. Okay, there's Trump. Yeah, actually, on a side note, did any of you guys watch that debate between Trump and Biden? That one was that was something, wasn't it? All right. Here it is. And again, I think Tug went over this as well. Nick attempted to remove the public access to the record. So there's that. Again, it's just like he does so much shit that it's like on his interview with Ralph, he's trying to act like he's all about like the truth and he's got nothing to hide and he knows what actually happened and stuff. And then he's so fucking clean, just like he did on his return stream or whatever. And he was like, oh, you know, whatever. Well, then he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to get permission for the body cam footage, and now he's trying to remove public access and shit. And the judge denied it, or whatever. But again, it's like he's trying to hide so much. It's like that one time where he threatened to strike Elisa Clips for a clip or whatever, and then he tried to be slick about it because then he got, you know, exposed and shit. And Nick was like, "Oh, you know, actually, I didn't strike you, or I didn't threaten this. It's." You know, or like when he was trying to get Josh to try to remove that shit about Drexel and stuff, and then Nick's like, "Oh, I didn't tell you that I wanted you to remove it. I'm just saying." So again, it's more of like the same old Nick, same old bullshit that he always pulls, and you gotta stop doing that, man. Especially now, yeah, like you were able to get away with that before, but right now you're, yeah, any little thing, like people are watching you like hawks now, all right? Like fucking hawks. Any little thing, man, you gotta stop lying. All right, I know you're very cozy with lying for a good amount of time. You throw out like 10 lies and then you reel it back a little bit, but Jesus, you can't be doing that right now. You're not gonna get away with it. All right, your critics they're at the point where they're done with you. Like even some of your old fans, they're just kind of like done with you because of all the fucking shit that's been coming out. And I don't really blame them. All right.
Obviously, there is no way to talk about anything in your own best interest outside of court. Like there just isn't. It doesn't matter who you are or what your story is.
And yet you're here on the kill stream with Ethan Ralph doing an interview. Isn't that crazy how that works out, Nick?
There's just no way to do it. So I have to wait until that story to court before it can be stated online. So the consequence of that is that in the meanwhile, people will determine whatever they determine. And so it's like, it sucks because you know things that didn't happen that people think did happen, but that's all they can go off of is the information they have. So you can't really be mad about it. You know, you just have to kind of fucking suck it up, man. Like, and it sucks, but what are you going to do? So what happens now for me is wait, eventually tell the story to the court. And then once that telling is done, and everything's resolved, you know, I can share my side with the world and then they can make their determinations or keep the same ones that they've made. And that's the fucking ropes, man. Like there's nothing you can do about that.
Your kids have been taken from.
Okay, Nick. All I can say to that is okay, Nick. Christ, what a fucking father of the year, dude. Father of the fucking year. Why did Nick lower himself to come on this drunk dick riding him? I don't see him doing that for 4 years. Because Nick's hit rock bottom in a sense. I said this earlier when Nick was trying to put himself in Ralph's shoes. I'm like, Jesus, you talking about a fall off. It's like you are literally trying to put yourself in Ralph's shoes after all the shit he's done. Yeah. I mean, that is a fall off if I've ever seen one. Okay. I don't know if these other ones are related to the other people's expectations, how Rekieta's surviving while streaming, what Rekieta was thinking, and missing the Rekieta children. I guess this one, are these like their own? Let's see. We got only 2 more to go. Okay, so that's good. All right, let's look at this clip here. Missing the Rekieta children.
You know, whatever people think on the internet. I mean, my kids are the fucking most important part of my life. They're what drives literally every day. They're who I drive literally every day.
And again, this is Ralph's connection on his Mexican internet or whatever.
And not having them around it's devastating. It's a piece of you that's pulled away. And
I don't know if fucking people believe that, Nick, and I don't blame them.
That's it's something I wouldn't wish on anyone. And I think you may remember.
You wished worse on people. What are you talking about?
Like back when we were in, sent you a message and just said, "Hey, man, all the internet bullshit aside, family's family, and I hope things work out where everybody's safe." So I know you know all about it, but like when your kids get,
oh my god, you're so.
My kids are a piece of me, in a very real way. Like when I see them, I tell them like everything's
you tell him, I'm sorry I ruined your childhood.
Different. Different kids have.
I'm sorry I couldn't get off the crack or the cocaine. I'm sorry that I had to do this promiscuous shit after I had you. Yeah, did you say that, Nick, or no? I'm just curious.
I have different interactions with each one, and you feel it. Do
you feel the guilt for doing this as a 40-year-old man?
My oldest daughter, like, she's hilarious. She's very sarcastic and snarky like I am. And so like,
oh god,
it's weird not like walking into a room and having her remind me that my nose got there 10 minutes earlier. Like, it sounds silly, but it's those little fucking things that when those are gone, that's the spice, man. And it's not there. It's empty. Whatever.
Yeah, bro. Well, shit. I mean, again, like, I'm just gonna say I don't think anybody believes him. I don't think anybody realistically believes that Nick misses his kids, because he's not. I don't know. He would have done better, I think. Okay, so I want to go over the Mad at the Internet Rekieta segment, and I think after that, it should be a nice wrap-up point. Okay. So we're going to go over this segment real quick. Jersh, it's Mad at the Internet segment. And after that, I think we can hit our our 2-hour mark. Okay. What happens in the 2-hour mark? Let's see. How the fuck did he decide this was a smart move? I don't know, man. I don't know. We go by everything you lie about, Nick. Mountains of evidence, right? Just like Amber Heard. Yeah. Attention is a currency to him, apparently. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this Mad at the Internet segment real quick. All right, let's do this.
Nick Rekieta ain't up to too much. However, MN Public Records did scan more documents, and this time it is Rekieta's attorney in the criminal matter, so this is not Randazza, has filed a request to prompt the judge to seal all juvenile-related materials from the public record. This is an interesting filing because it's not usually something you file for. As I said, the statute allows the judge to decide on his own that he's going to file the records. So they request that all the juvenile records be sealed. The prosecution doesn't even say, like, okay, we're going to contest this. And then the judge says, number one, you cited the wrong statute for this. And number two, no. So that's not happening. I wonder why. I wonder if the judges in this case are profusely fucking irritated by this loudmouth and his constant blathering on social media. Isn't that interesting? So after this leaked out, there was something I
just want to say too, like the person in chat that said we believe the mountains of evidence. Remember, Amber? That was good. That was good. Yeah, I think Nick needs a reminder of how that works. Honestly, like, I think he's lost his way. Okay, just to go back to that. Yeah, I think he did lose his way because he must have forgot that important part. Okay, he must have.
The court, the prosecuting party, put out all these disclosures regarding information that they had. So this is Kristen Pierce, the first assistant Kandiyohi County attorney, filed basically their disclosures about what evidence they have. And one of the things that was interesting that immediately caught attention was, and by the way, this has like a lot of stuff. There's medical records. There's the transition form for going into custody. There's more medical records related to the drug testing. There's various court documents, the hair test, photos of the home, emails with the child custody people, the petition for the emergency protective order, and notes from their meetings regarding like foster care and stuff. But the interesting stuff is right here at the top. It says child protection intake summary dated, and then you have the 5 kids and their respective intakes from his arrest. But then you have one from February 2023, and then one from February 2009, as in a long ass time ago, 15 years ago. More than that even. So people are really like, why are there 2 more CPS cases from 2009 and 2023 that doesn't line up with the arrest? That's weird. So there's all sorts of rampant and baseless speculation, as there is when these things come out. This is just the highlight of the things that I already talked about. I then received an emergency press release from the Office of the Baldo General, which addresses people in a royal you all kind of way, even though it was sent directly to me. So I don't know if this was a message sent to like a bunch of people he doesn't like at this point. But he says, and now with the way that this is worded, it really reminds me of how PPP does like his Baldo court voice, where he tries to act like a royal, like a monarch issuing edicts and stuff. He says, since you all are retarded and don't have any way to know, the 2000 case is not ours. We were foster parents for that placement. We have to stop fostering due to pregnancy complications with our second child. All CPS cases prior to the arrest date of 5/23, of which there are only 2, were screened as not sufficient and ignored because there was no actual basis for them. I think he's implying that the one in 2023 was a log that was trolling him with CPS, and then the one in 2009 was a related foster care parenting case that just so his name happens to be on because he had to return a child to the foster care system because his wife had issues, which, to be fair, could be very plausible. This was a much different Rekieta in 2009. The 2023 one, it's just his word. Obviously, he's at liberty to open up all these records whenever he pleases to. He could consent to the body cam footage right now to expedite things, but he's choosing not to, and instead choosing to deflect based off a one-sided story as we await the actual...
That's my old friend Lily's favorite word, who is a big Rekieta fan, by the way. You know, try to model himself or herself, whatever they go by, after Nick Rekieta. So it kind of makes a lot of sense. It does really make... I mean, they're both fuck-ups, so... Yeah, although Rekieta hasn't gone on the whole gender switch route yet. He's only abused his kid, so... I don't know. Well, the world is full of possibilities, though.
Prosecution. Rage Pig posted this clip, and I want to play it.
Oh, Kiwi Bros.
What the fuck?
I don't feel so good, Kiwi Bros.
This was after the appeals case came in Gru's favor last year.
Oh boy.
And I did actually I asked my attorney to nudge the Kandiyohi County for an update, and they did reply with an update that says, we are still waiting for our IT to compile and transfer information to a thumb drive. We will send as soon as they have completed it. Thank you and have a great 4th of July from the Kandiyohi County Sheriff Record Supervisor. This means that they're still working on the actual footage because they're going to have to redact information. Basically, the IT slave is going to have to go through and blur out like anything sensitive on apparently tens of hours of body cam footage. So as soon as that's done, they're going to transfer that information to a thumb drive and then send it to us. Well, we're gonna have to
Days?
pay them
Days?
once they
Days?
have it ready. But then once they're paid, they're gonna send it to us on a thumb
So
drive.
we're gonna get it.
And that will be going to Hardin's mail office.
Nice, nice.
And then I'll have to figure out a way, because if it's like tens of hours of footage, I'm gonna upload that all directly to Rumble. And since it was paid for by everybody, I'm just gonna not watermark it or anything. And
Let's
maybe
fucking
I should, just
go.
because I'm putting in all this effort. Should I? I don't like watermarks in general, but now that it's me that could benefit from it, I'm kind of tempted, chat. I'll have to think about it. It would be easier, I think, just to upload it raw, because then I don't have to re-encode it, and I don't have to upload it myself, because right now my upload speed is still terrible. Whereas if I can like remote upload it from like a computer in Hardin's commercial office building, like directly to Rumble, it would be much, much, much faster, but like an order of magnitude. We'll think about it. I won't watermark it as aggressively as Dick's footage, because with like no, it won't obstruct anything in the middle.
Very good. All right. So things are looking up. I mean, not for Nick, but like things are looking up for people that actually want to see what the fuck is going on. The truth, not any fake shit. So good stuff. Good stuff. I think we've gotten some pretty good updates. I think we got some positive shit coming out soon. Positive thing. Not for Nick, but just for everybody that wants the record cleared and they want to know, again, the truth and whatever is actually fucking going on. So good stuff. Good stuff overall. Baldo man down. All right. And we're going to end the poll here. All right. We're going to end the poll. What the fuck? Is it not loading? Whatever. I think the majority of you guys said that Rekieta is going to jail. I don't know why the poll didn't close up or show at the end. Wait, did it move? I don't know. Whatever. Okay, there it is. All right, it did it at the end. Whatever. Okay, whatever. But thank you all for dropping by today. Hope you guys had a good July 4th. Have a good rest of your weekend, night, whatever you plan on doing. All right. So I will go ahead and I will see you guys on, I'll say next Friday. We got another, we could do it. We can do another stream next Friday. Probably going to be some more updates. If not, I'll try to get a video out this coming week. No promises, though. It's really depending on how busy the week's going to be and whether or not I want to slap footage together or whatever. So I'll see you guys when I see you. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy, or night, whatever. I don't know. So, yeah. Have a good rest of your night. Goodbye, guys.